Okay, this is going to be a video on how to make a height map in 7 Days to Die and how to bring it into the game, and we're going to be editing some streets and some prefabs and some biomes, and it's going to be glorious. Fair warning, this is 17.1b9, not 17.2. I believe they changed a few things in 17.2. I will update the videos as releases come out. I do not deal with experimentals because it is dumb. So the first thing I want to do is I want to find my 7 Days to Die folder, and I want to go to data, and I want to go to worlds, and I want to look and see what I got. I got a West Wedju, New Batoni, a West Volcano, an Avasgain, and some other crap I don't want to care about. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start a game. Step 1, start the game. Some of the things you're going to see me do may not be necessary, but I know that they work, so therefore I do them. I do not care why, I just do. So I'm going to go to new game. I'm going to choose a random world game. I'm going to call it test, and I'm going to make it like 4096. I'm just going to call it Mavisa Mountains. So do I have a Mavisa Mountains? Data worlds? No, I do not, so that's good. Plus it's not red, so I know I don't have one. So testing, new world, choosing a 4K map for speed, and I'm going to go ahead and click start, and I'm going to go ahead and make this map. While it's generating, I'm going to video. Okay, and we're back. We're generating some country roads, so I know we're close. Let's go ahead and see what this map looks like. Exporting generated data is writing to the height map, and if we look in our worlds folder, if it goes over, look at the stuff start populating in here. Mavisa Mountains. Look, there's a splat map. I'm also going to go ahead and bring up the save folder too. %app data %. 7 Days to Die. Saves. Mavisa. It's not there yet. Come on, Mavisa Mountains. There we go, Mavisa Mountains, test. I said test, and I want the regions folder. Come on, region folder. Region folder. Alright, now I can go back into the game. Then we can see what we got. That was close. Alright, garbage. Map looks like total garbage. We don't want it. We don't want anything to do with it. Why are we in a burnt forest? What are these houses doing here? Why does this road look like this? How come it doesn't go anywhere? Why is there snow next to a burnt forest? How does it make sense? The world's just crazy. We don't like it, so we're going to go and get rid of this. So the way that what our method is basically doing is we're basically swapping piece for piece. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to swap the height map. We're going to swap the actual terrain itself, and then we're going to swap, I don't know, the biomes, and then we're going to swap the roads, and we're going to do all sorts of interesting things. But let's go ahead, and first thing we're going to always have to do every time we exit the game is delete these region files out of the save folder. A region file is basically the chunk information, so if I were to, no matter what changes I make to the map, those two regions will look exactly the same because all the data is in there. So I'm going to delete those, right? And I'm going to go to a site called Terrain Party. Terrain.party. I didn't know .party was a thing here. It's a DTM generator for, I don't know, SimCity, City Skylines or something. Starts off in Europe though, but I don't want to be in Europe though, so I can either drag this puppy around the world, or what I really like to do is I like to find an area I like. I like Chile. Chile's just cool. It's got a lot of mountains and stuff. The Parque Nacional Los I can't speak Spanish. We're going to grab part of that though, or maybe some down here. Let's do this lake, Parque National Qualati. That sounds cool. We'll do this Parque National Qualati thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit this button right here. It's going to say that the map you're looking for is really far from the select area. We'd like to send to the map. Yes, I would. Then I'm going to cancel this dialog, because really what I want is I want this box right here. I'm going to increase the size to 60, which is the biggest it goes. 60 kilometers of map. And I'm going to place it, let's place it right here. Let's see what this is. This looks cool. Yeah. Now I'm going to export it. I'm going to call it copy test. It's going to do some stuff. I'm going to bring up these folders here while it does some stuff. It's going to bring up a WinRAR. I'm going to open the file, and it's going to have a bunch of files in it. The only one I actually care about is this top one. So I'm going to just drag it into my Mavisa Mountains folder and close this out. Let's take a look at a height map. This is what a height map looks like. Ooh, this is going to be interesting. White represents high, black represents low. So this is like a bunch of valleys surrounded by a bunch of mountains, and it's going to smooth that area over here. That might be make for some interesting play. Let's see what it looks like inside the game. So I'm going to go ahead and exit this out. I'm going to load up Photoshop. I'm using Photoshop CS6. I don't know the differences, and I don't know Photoshop, so don't ask me how to do stuff. I'm barely figuring this out as I go. I'm going to go ahead and Control-C this, so that when a file open it, I can go ahead and I can grab this height map. Now, this height map was a 60-kilometer map on the world, but it translates to about a 1K map in 7 Days to Die. So I need to resize this. Since I made a 4K map, I need to change this to 4K. So I'm going to go ahead and, was it image size 4096, and I'm going to basically resize it. Now, so this is going to be my new height map. I need to actually save it as a new height map. File, save as raw, DTM raw. Click this and say yes, and then choose IBM PC. I don't know why. I don't care why. I don't want to know why. All I know is it works. So it needs, if something works, I don't bother asking why, because I got too much crap on my plate. Alright, so now my world is totally different. I've overwritten, I have no region files, and I've overwritten the height map. Mind you though, the PNG is what's actually loaded in my game. Now here's what's interesting about this. Anytime you save from a file format to height map, it flips the image. So what really happened is the height map just is now saved. This is what it really looks like inside the game. I'm not going to save this, so I'm just going to leave this as is. You know, I just know that this is what it's actually going to look like. So I'm going to go ahead and go into the game and see what it looks like. It should be a very mountainous, rugged terrain with a very smooth, I guess. I mean, it looks smooth, right? Kind of smooth over here. Western front. We'll find out. Mavisa Mountains. Start. Now, remember what it looked like before? Yeah, we didn't like that. So this should look totally different. Come on. All right. Is this right? What the fuck up this time? This looks like the same damn map. Why does it look like the same map? I wonder what I forgot to do. Well, let's find out together. What did Guppy forget to do? Data, worlds, Mavisa Mountains. The raw file's at 1047. It's 1049 now, so I'm thinking maybe it's this thing here. Let's delete it and find out. Let's go back to the region files. Delete those. I don't know. File, save as. Let's just do it again, just for shits and giggles. Raw, IBM PC. Did I last? It's written there. Image. This becomes important. I'll tell you why later. So nothing in the region file. The DTM raw is the latest file there is. Let's try it again. And I can look back in the video and see what I screwed up. But hey, it's good to record screw-ups. That way if you screw up, you know how to fix it. Mavisa? Mavisa? Yeah, that's just weird. I really thought I did everything this time. Here we go. Now it's all jacked up. See, all the prefabs are gone. But wait, are they really gone? Why, no, they're not. They're not really gone. They're all down here. And the reason why is because when the game writes the prefab files, it tells which Y offset, in other words, how high to set them at. So they're going to spawn there regardless. This could be an interesting map, you know, an interesting game you should play. You got to dig out all your prefabs. I wouldn't want to play it though, so I'm not going to. But you see, we changed the world. All right, now let's go ahead and change the biomes because that's also super ugly. Data, worlds, Mavisa Mountains, and I'm going to choose this biomes thing. So open biomes. I don't know where we spawn, but somewhere in one of these burnt forests. Alright, so biomes are really, really peculiar. Biomes need to be specific colors. When you look at the biomes, even when you zoom in, see how this orange and this green is really only just two colors? If I were to do something like, let's see, where's the color picker? I pick this orange, and I pick a brush tool. If I were to try to brush it, you see there's different shades of orange and different shades of green. That will actually crash the game. I do not want to do that. I want specifically those colors. So what I like to do is I like to take, let's see, this file, and this is why I had it flipped. Because if you remember right, it was like flipped, and then I had to flip it again to make it. Hold on, I'll Control Z. It was flipped, but now I need to know what it actually looks like inside the game because all the other files are already flipped. But this one's not flipped, and this is the one I'm going to be using as my reference. So image rotation, flip vertically. Okay. Now I'm going to put this smack dab in there, and then I'm going to change, making sure that this layer is clicked. I'm going to change the opacity, so I kind of got an idea of what's going on, right? Now I'm going to click on this layer here, and I'm going to have some fun. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to choose white. Now it has to be straight white. It has to be the same white that's on everything else, right? So I'm going to go ahead and put some white mountaintops. So I'm going to choose my pencil tool because pencils don't have the weird opacity anti-aliasing crap. It's going to be a straight color. And I'm going to choose, I like this one here, and it's size 10 though, but I need it like big. So I'm going to choose like 75, right? And I'm going to snow cap my mountains. Let's see. I'm going to snow cap this mountain right here. Okay, now I'm, for the purpose of this video, going to get rid of every other biome except for that green. So I'm going to color pick that green. And I'm going to, where's my brush at? Change the size to like 1 billion. And you know what? No, I'm just gonna do it all. I'm gonna start with green, and then go to white, and then do my mountains. Let's just do this mountaintop right here. Oops, because it's close to center. Yeah, that should be kind of cool, right? Now I'm going to go ahead and delete this layer, and my reference layer is now gone. Oops, something fucked up. See, this isn't the same color green as it should have been, I guess because of the whole layering thing. I don't know Photoshop well enough, so I'm going to go ahead and steal another color. Let's see. File, open. I'm going to go to a different world. This one seems good. This biome. And I'm going to steal this green. Where's the green at? It's color picker. Then go back to this file, and then bucket fill. There we go. And is this really white? I hope so. If it's not, it's going to really screw shit up. Let's see. Brush. Yeah, whatever. Alright, so see, it's got these little weird colors. That's going to fuck me up. So I don't want to do that. I'm going to go back to my other color here, choose my brush, and get rid of all this too. Oh wow, look at that. It's just totally different colors. Yeah, holy gee willikers. Let's turn the tolerance up to like 100. There. Now it's the correct green, right? You see how dangerous Photoshop is? It's just stupid. Alright, and then I want to, fuck, I don't know. Go back to this again, I guess. And Start over. Opacity, lower it down. I only want one mountaintop white. So, changing the layer, changing my brush. Deleting the layer. And again, this is purely my inability to know how to use Photoshop that's causing all these issues. I just don't know what I'm doing. No weird opacities, so we're good there. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and save it. So now I'll go back into the game. We're going to see if we can find that mountaintop. Alright. I'm still recording. Yep, good. This is my fourth recording attempt. I don't know. Things just keep screwing up. But I don't care. Pushing through it. Okay. There we go. Now everything is forest, right? Why is it still hazy? Why is it still hazy? Did I miss a spot? You see how this is like one square? Did I forget to delete the region files? I bet I did. I forgot to delete the region files. Yep. That's what I did. I forgot to delete the region files, and that is a result of that. Now let's find this snow-capped mountain. That's going to be a pretty cool map. There's the edge of the world. Let's go to 0, 0, 0, because it was pretty close to that, right? Like somewhere around there, maybe? There's our snow-capped mountain. So you see when you look at our snow-capped mountain, though, it's kind of ugly. There's a hard line where the snow starts and the forest stops. We don't want that hard line. I want a soft line. I want it dithered. I want it to actually look like a mountaintop. So I'm going to go back out of this. This time I'm actually going to remember to delete my region files. Go back into Photoshop, and I'm going to choose a new brush. And it's going to be called number 90. I don't know what these numbers mean. I don't really care. But 90 is like cool because it's like this sponge thing. I'm just going to kind of like dap, 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 dap. I'm going to change the colors. Do the same thing on the same spots, more or less. File, save. Fuck. File, save. And yeah, I now can Control S it. Go back into the game. And continue the game. And since I actually remembered to delete the region files this time, the changes should actually show up. And that's why you need to remember to delete the region files every single time. In fact, I'm going to go back to that burnt wasteland square and show you that it's no longer burnt wasteland. So the in-game map does not know what we're doing until it actually revisits the area. So the in-game map is going to show the old area, so we can't really count on it. See? Stacked up. But you see how, like, crap. Now the snow's kind of dithered, like it should, and like little splotches and whatnot. It just looks a lot better before you get to the mountaintop there. Alright, so if I go back here, where was it? Where was it? I bet this is not burnt forest anymore. See? It's not. So, like I said though, the prefabs, we gotta do something about those, because these prefabs, if you look at them, they're kind of jacked up. They're way down here, or they're somewhere else. They're not where they need to be. They're inside the world, more than likely. Sure enough, there's another prefab there, and that's the one I was just looking at. And that's not how prefab should be. And this is where the pain in the ass part comes into play. First of all, what the fuck is that ugly ass thing? God, what a shitty model. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and exit the game now. Now I'm going to deal with the prefabs after I remember to delete the region files, because all changes need for that to happen. Data worlds, Masavisa Mountain, whatever, prefabs.xml. See, this is every location of every prefab. There's a skyscraper 04 at this coordinate right here, this being how high it is in the world. Because this gets generated based on the original random world generation, this is where it's fixated at. What had happened was it generated the world, said, oh, here's a spot, let me put a prefab right there, and that's where these numbers come from. Because we changed the original world generation, now we need to change the prefab numbers, and unfortunately, you cannot do that as of yet. You will be able to, from what I'm told, in upcoming versions of the game, where basically you'll be able to give it a height map and then generate prefabs and roads off that height map, but in the meantime, you cannot do that. So I'm going to make an empty prefab world. So now I go back in the world, it's going to be a completely empty world. Let's go ahead and talk about these roads, though. So, roads are interesting. Roads, splat map. Okay, these are the roads. Okay, in the middle of it, you got this towns up north here, town over here, town over here, town over here. You can see that. It's two different colors in roads. There's actually another color too. I don't remember what it stands for though. But red, sorry. Yeah. Red is for asphalt. Green is for gravel. You'll see naturally that the game has gravel on the sides of every asphalt road, kind of like a little sidewalk kind of thing, I guess a curb or a shoulder, whatever you would want to call it. And then of course here's the green gravel paths that are all around the world for some reason. So, but basically we don't want any of this. You see how the background's transparent? Well, unfortunately, for whatever reason this doesn't work right. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm just going to erase 100% of it by changing it all black. Change my size again to 1 billion. And I'm going to get rid of all the roads. Maybe I need 1.5 billion. There we go. There. Now I'm not going to have any roads anywhere in the world. So to make roads, I'm going to, let's say, make it 10 wide. Roads have to be exactly the same colors too. So it has to be what? So that's going to be exactly red. Red, green, blue. So, and that's as high as you can go. So now I'm going to draw a road. I'm going to draw a road and it's going to say Guppy. Alright, pretty cool, right? And then I want to draw a green road. Let's see how close I can get. I didn't quite get there. So I got my perfect green, and I'm going to draw a little path around it, and that's going to be gravel. So I'm going to have a red Guppy road and a green whatever, okay? Go ahead and save this. Remember, it's no longer transparent. Go back into the game and show you the different changes. Let's make sure the region files are deleted. Alright. So in theory now, there'll be no prefabs, because I got rid of them. And then there will be two roads, one spelling out Guppy in asphalt, and the other one basically circling around it in gravel. Now, if you're any good in Photoshop, and again, I'm not, don't ask me for help because I don't know how to use it. I hate it, hate it, hate it, hate it, hate it. Give me PaintShop Pro back any day of the week. Then you can figure out how to like make the roads already have like gravel on the side and all that kind of stuff, which apparently these already do, so that's cool. So, alright, where's my Guppy at? Did I forget to do something? Because these other roads should not be here. What did I forget to do this time? Splat 3 file. Did I save it? Did I forget to save it? I must have. Sure, whatever, I don't care. And that's some. Oh, no, that's over at New Botany. I didn't want to do that. Worlds. Mavisa Mountains. That's what I did. Yeah. Okay. See how fucking up can fuck you up? Now you know. Fucking up can fuck you up. Delete the region files and try it again. So I don't know what world I was playing in New Botany, but I fucked it up. Continue game. What day of the week is this? Is it Tuesday? Shit, sure is. Look at my calendar today. There we go. Oh man, I got nothing tonight. Alright, cool. Alright, you see? No more roads. Everything's cool in the world. And this was like, what? Somewhere in the middle, right? So if I'm 0, 0 here. Let's see. I should be able to see it. Where are the new roads? Yeah, I don't know. It's a good question. These right colors? They look to be the right colors. Let's see if I'm facing north. That's the mountain. I know what I'll do. There's the biomes one. So I'm pretty much here. Oh, I see. I made it really, really, really fucking big. So it'd be hard to see. Oh, oh, oh. What did I fuck up here? Image size. Oh, this is an 8K. Okay, that would be why. Yeah. New Botany Valley again. I keep fucking in New Botany Valley, Splat 3. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and make the roads a lot smaller too. Let's make the, oops. Let's make a little road like that. And I swear that's a different color than that. No, that's the same color. There it is. See, it's got some dithering. It's got some opacity issues there. See what happened? We don't want that. Never want that. Did I choose the right brush? My pencil? Did I choose this one? That's what it is. Okay. So the whole thing's fucked up. Let's see here. Black. And paintbrush with a tolerance of like 1,000. 255 then, I guess. Well, if you already knew the answer, why didn't you just tell me? Why didn't you just set it up to that? And then brush, 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 brush. Yeah, alright, now it's one color, right? Now we choose this. Now we go back and change the size, like something reasonable. And now I'm going to choose like a little G here. And change this to like that green. 0, 0. Make a little circle around it. and make sure the size is correct. Alright, it is. File, save as. I don't know where that New Botany Valley shit. Why? What is this New Botany Valley shit? I don't want New Botany Valley. I hate Photoshop. Alright. Let's see the trouble I'm having. Region files, because they got to go. This is why I hate doing videos. Shit always just fucks up. Where did New Botany Valley come into play? Who clicked on New Botany Valley? I didn't. Whatever. I'll check the video and find out and see that I actually did. We're going to deal with that water next, by the way. I'll show you why in a minute. What are we on to? Like 29 minutes into it. That's pretty good. We're almost done. There's our road. There's our circle. And there is our G. See? There's our G. And there's our circle. Exactly like God intended. Alright, now, so how you actually really want to do roads is like this. What you really want to do is take this map here and then bring it in here and then change the opacity and then kind of draw your roads, making sure you have layer clicked, and kind of draw your roads like in the same color areas. So you'd want to, like, you know, you can sure you can have some paths up here and what that's cute and all that, you know, follow the contours and all that kind of stuff. But with your main roads, you want to have like on the same level. You know, that way there's very little variance. Alright, so let's deal with the water now. Let's go ahead and save this just because. Oops. Delete layer, delete layer. File, save. Why is it New Botany? Fuck you, New Botany. Splat 3, click OK. We're good to go there. Everything's hunky-dory. Alright. Delete the region files after every single time we get out of the game and go into the game folder, data, worlds. Now, I'm going to go into the game and show you what I'm talking about as far as what's wrong with the water. Water is also set via XML, and it's basically set at a height. It says, okay, when does water start? And then anything in that height range gets water. So basically, if you have a hugely mountainous terrain, you might not even see any water because water might be set below it. But I'll show you what I'm talking about. There's a couple of valleys in here that are going to be filled with water. They're going to be kind of jacked up though, so we'll fix that. It's one of those things you just kind of got to play with. Where did I see that messed up water at? Over there. Actually, it doesn't look that bad. The problem with this water is this part of the land is lower than this water here. And then there's also roads cutting through, and roads cut through water. You don't ever have water and roads like mixing together. So this is kind of jacked up. So we're going to mess with this a little bit. We got a couple of different ways we can do it. One, we can lower the water, or B, we can raise the land. I say we raise the land. I think that'd just be the right thing to do. Let's figure out where we're at in the map. Somewhere over here. Okay, so that's going to be like somewhere over here. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to go to the map. Oh yeah, way over here. I don't want to raise that. Actually, I want to lower the water. So let's go ahead and get out of that. And what am I going to delete? The region files. These are all the areas I just visited. Delete those. Go back to my world. Data, worlds, Masiva, Mavisa, whatever, and then water info. And this is what I mean. the water is basically set at 37. Well, I don't want it 37. I want it lower. So I'm going to go ahead and Control F. I'm going to change to 37 comma, because I don't want it to change other numbers that say 37, to like, I don't know, let's make it 10 comma. Make the water 10 high. The reason I'm adding the comma is I wanted to change this, this, and this. I don't want it to search for like a random 37 it might find somewhere in here. I don't even know if there's a 37, but if there is, it might find it and replace it. Replace all. So 387 occurrences. File, save it, and then we're going to go back, no region files, and we're going to go ahead and load the world again. And we're almost done. Rad zone, and then we'll be out of here. So like I said about the prefabs, you're going to have to manually place the prefabs using the world editor or something. I don't know how to use it, so that's up to you. Or you can place it very tediously via editing the XML itself and saying, okay, how high should it be? Like going to the prefab, seeing how high the terrain is. That'd be a pain in the ass. I wouldn't do it. Oh, I know. Then we'll just make a city. We'll make it easy. Go ahead and see what we got here as far as the water. See, no más water. No más agua. So maybe 10 is too low for this area. Easy way to find out. Oops. Let's see how high we are. Hit F3, and we're at 17.1. So in theory, the water would be like a little bit low. So if this is the low, let's find the lowest area. 17. Okay, let's fill it the water to 20. See what happens. Ooh, that looks low. Is that really low though? Is that really lower than that? Alright, nope, that's higher. So if 17 is the lowest, let's set the water to 20 and see what happens. Delete the region files. Good data, worlds, blah blah blah. And now we're going to change 10 comma to 20 comma. Place all, and then go back into the game. Oops. Alrighty. So you can see in Photoshop, while it's loading, you decide where your biomes are at. You decide where your roads are at. You decide like how high things are. Like I can make things higher and lower in here if I really wanted to. In fact, we're going to, because we're going to put a city somewhere over here. Look at that water. There. But they got a road cutting through. And what I say about roads, roads don't play nice with water. So I'm going to go ahead and delete like that road, that part of the road. This actually looks kind of cool though. I'm going to go ahead and keep that except for the road. So it looks like it's going to be, I guess, this part over here. So let's choose just a black. Give me a paintbrush and make it like a little bit bigger. And then see that new Botany Valley again. I don't know how I got there, but I'm going to find out. Alrighty, so I'm going to basically delete that road. So, but that's going to look kind of cool, I think. What was it going to be next? Oh yeah, rad zones. So edge of the map is over there. Let's just show you. Alright, so this is the edge of the map. And it's the radiation zone. The radiation zone is actually kind of deeper into the map, though. Like, is this part of the radiation zone? Am I still dying radiation? Yes, it is. How about this far? Okay, so not part of the radiation zone. Let's head west and see where the radiation zone starts in relationship to the edge of the map. Somewhere over here, I assume. So and this is controlled by another image file called, well, radiation. This is a really nice map. There we go. Radiation. So right about here somewhere is the radiation. Okay. Let's say we want to shrink the radiation zone a little bit. We want to make it like halfway as big. What we're going to do is we're going to go and we're going to open A Mountains radiation map, and then there's the radiation map. This is a relative, so this is not a 4096K map. This is just a relative file. So what I'm going to do is like make it like half, right? Make it half, and then I'm going to fill it with black. There. Now it's a much smaller radiation zone. Danger with that is though is that closer you get to the edge of the map, the more chance you'll have of seeing the edge of the map. And we don't want that. Let's go back over here for a minute here, because remember we're going to, Moses part of the Red Sea, but we're going to remember we want that gone. So we're going to go ahead and exit out since we already made the changes. So we've made changes to the red zone. We've gotten rid of this part of the road. We're going to delete the region files, all the areas that we visited. Oops. And then we're going to reload the map. You know what? Before we do that, let's go ahead and actually also make a city area too. Alright, so we're over here, right? We're going to take this part right here, oops, and we're going to Gaussian blur the crap out of it. Filter, blur, Gaussian blur. Let's do it a lot. Alright? And then we're going to take the edges, and we're going to blur those, but not quite as much. Filter, blur, Gaussian blur. That seems good. Do the same for this edge here. Filter, blur, Gaussian blur here. And then filter, Gaussian blur, filter, Gaussian blur. Alright, so now let's see if I remember right. Every time we save it, it flips it, so we want to flip it back to vertical before we save it. Save as raw DTM, save yes. IBM PC, click OK. Then flip it back so we actually know what it's going to look like. Alright, so let's go ahead and bring this, oops, now I want to click cancel. Let's go ahead and bring this into the roadmap. Let's see. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to opacity it next to nothing. I just want to be able to see this area right here. And then we're going to draw some roads. B. Oops, don't want to do that. Alright. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but I know I'm doing something wrong because this is going to change the colors a little bit. Change this to 60 to 10 sounds good. Alright, delete this. And is this really the right color? I'm fixing to find out. No, see how it changed something? It like added some weird shit. It's why I don't like Photoshop. Nothing makes any fucking sense. I don't want really good tolerance. I just want, there we go. There, okay. So I'm going to save that. New Botany Valley again, the bane of my fucking existence. Massive Mountains, Splat 3. Look here. Okay, so we've edited the splat map. We've saved the height map. Did I actually remember to save it though? Data. Oops. Data. Worlds, Visa Mountains. Yeah, 1124, 1122. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, so yeah, I believe I actually remember to save the height map. So now we go back. We've deleted the region files. Now I'm going to go back to the game and see what's going to be our final product, so to speak. And from this, you should be able to really know how to do anything yourself. Obviously, it takes time. It takes about a day or two. A day spending just, getting used to what you're supposed to do, and then another day to actually make your map the way you want. I actually have a pretty nice map I'm working on. And once I place the prefabs, I'll actually release it as a map pack, and it'll be pretty cool, I think. So basically Navigaine, but like done this way. That's the first thing we need to do is check out that water, make sure those roads are gone. And sure enough, the roads are gone. See? A little pretty little valley. It's kind of cool, right? Right. And they go all the way to the side of the map. Like, was like somewhere over here, 20. There's the rad zone. Don't want that. And here's our little flat area that we made with the Gaussian blur and the roads. So it doesn't actually look that bad, right? How's the transition look? We will find out in a second. Let's give us car. F6 vehicle 4x4, or what the fuck is it? Oops. Not too terribly flat. That's the good thing about Gaussian blur. It makes it just flat enough. You know? So it looks more like kind of like a little natural little area, right? I could put a house right there in that hill. Put a house right there in that hill. There's no like super sharp, you know, curves in the road. Yeah, so this is actually pretty manageable. And you can make it, the more Gaussian blur you do, the flatter it'll get. Because basically it makes all the colors the same color. This road's a little messed up though, you know. Let's follow it to its completion and see where it goes. Where am I heading? Yeah, we'll see where that transition is where I made that Gaussian blur, when I Gaussian blurred the edges to see if I did a good job. If it's a sharp transition, it means I didn't. Like I said, the more blur you do, the smoother the roads, because it's basically all about making them the same color. There's 255 shades of gray, so whoops. This vehicle sucks. Like, I'm sure I'm past where I, smoothed it, and I couldn't even tell. So I think I did a pretty good job. What do you think? Oh yeah, the radiation zones. So instead of being that close where it was, the radiation zone should be like, let's see if that's where it was before. And we're going west. I want to go east. Yeah. See, there was a radiation zone here before, but now it's not. Now it's even closer. But the danger, like I said, is then you can see the rest of the world. And that is how I made a custom world in 46 minutes 24 seconds with a whole lot of fuck-ups.